Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is Wes with Tech Talks, where we're solving your technology questions, any problems, anything you want to ask. Jump in here, ask. That's what I'm doing this for. If you don't have any questions, I just randomly come up with a subject and a topic to cover. This week, I'm going to actually cover a topic I get asked a lot and it seems kind of confusing. So I was like, you know what? Why not just tell you guys about it? So let's get rolling. All right, what is DNS and what does it do? Okay, easy and simple. Let's cover what DNS actually is. The name of DNS is Domain Name Server, Public Domain Name Server, shortened to DNS. It's a very critical part of the internet. If we didn't have DNS, you wouldn't have any websites, you wouldn't be able to get to anything. It would be impossible to find anything on Google or anywhere. So keep that in mind. It is one of the most crucial parts of the internet. The domain name system allows you to browse the web and download files from the internet by connecting your computer to other computers. So easy and simple. The DNS is like a phone book. If you know what a phone book is, a lot of people don't know what phone books are, but you know what? Easy and simple. It is the address or phone number to a website. Easy and simple as that. One of the reasons DNS is so important is because we started running out of IP addresses about 4 to 5 years back, and they were trying to figure out, well, what do we need to do to have more IP addresses? And DNS came up because it translates the IP address to the name of your website. So let's just take Google, for instance. That is an actual IP address that you go to, but most people would never ever know the actual IP address of Google's server or website. If you want to call it the server, website, same thing, but they wouldn't know how to get to it. So you type in www.google.com, and basically what that does is it translates it into the actual name of google.com. Easy and simple. Most people actually try to make it more complicated than it is, but it's not. So once again, it just connects the dots to a website address. So once you go out and buy your domain, let's just take for an example my domain of bluetechit.com. It is actually assigned an IP address. So when somebody goes to my website, it actually sends them to that IP address. Well, no one would know where that IP address is if it wasn't stored in a DNS system for everybody to understand. Easy and simple. The internet couldn't exist without it. Like I've said, you would not be able to function without DNS servers. That's why it's so important to have your DNS server updated and have it set up correctly, because somebody won't be able to see your website. Unfortunately, when you update your DNS server, sometimes it takes between an hour and 48 hours for it to propagate across all of the internet. So there's not just one DNS server. There are thousands of DNS servers out there. So you have to update across all those thousands of servers out there that have your IP address mapped to the name of your website. So keep that in mind. That's unfortunately why it takes so long, is because it's got to go through thousands and thousands of different web DNS hosts to say, okay, this is where this website goes. And that's why a lot of people get upset when they switch to a new hosting site. Is, yeah, you can have that site up and going and ready to go and perfect and great and built and everything, but your DNS settings haven't been done yet. So nobody's going to be able to see your new website until it has gone and propagated through all of the servers across the internet, saying, okay, if I want to go to bluetechit.com, this is the IP address I need to go to. Easy and simple. A lot of people make it harder than it needs to be, but it's really not. For questions, please contact me at info@bluetechit.com. Drop your questions and comments in the links below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you know anybody that's friends, family, anybody who wants to be part of this group, feel free to add them, let them know about it. I want to answer all your IT questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll bring a professional in that does know the answer. So I will see you guys soon. Next week, we'll cover another subject. If you ask me some questions, I will be more than happy to cover that question in a live and or go ahead and do a training on it. It really doesn't matter to me. That's what I'm here to, is to serve you guys, to answer your tech questions so it's not hard for you guys to understand technology. Let's make it easy and simple for you. I will see you guys next week. Take care.